This is not meant to be a dinner pizza. This is meant to be with a nice buttery chardonnay or a crisp sauve blanc. Pizza isn't always the one that is super loaded, meat man only. You can't get through it because there's so many toppings that you can't see the bottom. This is one of those sort of, I would say a little bit of a fancy ass pizza, a little bit more refined, a little bit more specialized. I actually love the Thai inspiration flavors on this, and I've combined it with free range chicken, and I'm going to show you how to put it together in a really easy way. I know that a lot of you don't want to do the yeast, the dough, the salt, the rising, the rolling, the proofing. There's so many opportunities on the market right now for pre-made skins and shells. We happen to sell these ones, and they are Italian fired skins, and all you need to do is add the toppings of your choice and you can go. We don't want a great big thick doughy pre-made shell. Not good. I've got my grill cranking up to 500 degrees because that's when you go to a real pizzeria. It is 500. I'm going to make the Thai marinade, which consists of fish sauce, grapeseed oil, agave or honey, whichever you like, our 2.0 chili sauce, which is the bite that it wants. I've got a garlic clove that I'm going to mince in. Boom. I've got the juice and zest of a lime. Don't go to the white part, don't go through it. Just give a couple of little zips here, and that way you're never going to have that bitter pith that is underneath the zest. Give it a good lean in, and then that will break up those little segments of juice, and then you'll be able to extract more. And squeeze that in. Give it a little stir up. And then earlier today, I poached a free-range chicken breast. Now, poaching is this. You bring water to the boil. You put in a couple tablespoons of chicken stock paste, and then you take it right down to the simmer. Let that chicken stock paste dissolve. Turn it down, gently slide in your chicken, and let it poach. Poaching isn't boiling. Poaching is letting those flavors absorb into the chicken. Let it cool and then shred. And that's what I've done here. It's just all shredded for me. And then give this a mix up again. If this was me at home, I definitely want to give this a good 10 minutes in the marinade. We're going to take our pizza skin and we are going to give it a little squirt of grapeseed oil. And then we're gonna brush that all over. Every pizza is not tomato based. That is not the classic, it's not the now. There are so many variations. So by doing that and then taking a very scant sprinkling of fresh grated parm, and by that I don't mean the one that is on a shelf without refrigeration that lasts for a year and a half. I mean real Italian parm that's got a big rind on it and you grind it. That there seals it in so that it won't be soggy. Then we're going to take our marinating chicken and we are going to evenly spread this around to the edges. Now the edges want to be eaten, so don't leave them bare naked. It's a nice bite. With every bite you get the chicken. And that little seal that I did with the parm and the oil is perfect. And you can do that if you wanted to make this an artichoke pizza, you could. Same philosophy. Usually red meat pizzas like a red sauce. We are going to top that with your favorite melting cheese. Now, a melting cheese is fontina. Mozzarella, which is really pretty pedestrian, but if you love mozzarella, fill your boots. I like fontina, I like a jack cheese, I like sort of that has a little bit of depth of flavor. So this is fontina because it melts so beautifully and creamy. You never want to put cheddar on a pizza because of the oil factor. When it starts to melt, the oils come to the surface and now you've got oil on top of your pizza, and that's not what you want. Probably say, gee, you could have a little bit more cheese on that, but this is not meant to be a dinner pizza. This is meant to be with a nice buttery chardonnay or a crisp sauve blanc. Barbecue's at 500 degrees. So I am going to open it, put these in right directly on, nothing else on there, and this is going to be minutes. Pizzas are in. Now don't forget, these skins are pre-cooked, so it's not like a dough pizza that has to cook through. Making sure that all what we put on marries in, the cheese melts, boom, we're done. So while we're doing that, I'm going to show you how to do a chiffonade of mint. The chiffonade is just a very fancy French term for slicing very thin. The easiest way to slice things very thin is to stack the leaves on top of each other like so. You want to roll it up as tight as you can, and then you need a very sharp knife, and then you want to cut it as fine as you can. Now, mint is the perfect herb that goes with Thai food. And then the other garnish that we have are peanuts. Peanuts are super common. There are good peanuts and there are ho-hum peanuts, and then there are peanuts that take you over the edge. And this is the best peanut I've ever eaten. It is excessively large. They're from Virginia. Once you eat these, be it with a beer, a glass of wine, or just by themselves, you'll never want to eat another peanut ever. They're that good. So these are definitely ready. I love a crispy bottom. I don't like it when it's all soft. I am going to cut it first, and then I'm going to put it on the pizza tray, and then I'm going to garnish it. So these are all cut through perfectly. And then we're going to go in with our chiffonade of mint, and then a good sprinkle of the chopped peanuts. And there you would have my perfectly flavored chicken Thai pizza. I think it's a great way to bring summer on to its fullest. And using your barbecue and sitting outside, life couldn't be better. We love Vancouver, and we're so happy we're coming around again.